Alright guys, so welcome back to Gamer Today. Today we're going to talk about something that I just got picked up here, and it's in this Red Dead Redemption 2 bag. How cool is that from Gamestop nonetheless, which I'm a big fan of Gamestop, if you guys know, you probably should by now. Anyways, we got something pretty cool here, if you guys can see it. It's actually basically a line-up dock shield for the Switch. Now this is pretty cool. For some of you guys don't even know, I have a Switch. Pretty darn cool. It's actually supposed to have two different types of like skins, and they light up and you put them on your Switch dock, which is pretty darn cool if you ask me. So let's take a look at that bad boy, right? Let's open her up. So these little sticky things on the side, I'm actually just broken off, as you can see. I don't care. Get a knife out for what? For what? No. Let's just get this bad boy out because I want to use it. Anyways, whoa, slides out like this. Pretty interesting so far. Like what it comes with. I like that there's a manual right on the front. Pretty cool. Might need it, might not. We'll see. Anyways, we pop that bad boy off. Another piece of plastic I don't need right now. There we go to that. And then we can see there's this little light thing in the front. This is pretty interesting. So I guess this is going to sit underneath the dock with the Switch dock on top of this now. And this actually controls all your lights and stuff. There's actually a few boobs and bobs on the back there. There's like little, buttons you could press, I guess, for different levels of brightness and different colors perhaps. So that's pretty cool. But after that, I guess you get a little micro USB cable, which is how all this is powered by, a little micro USB cable. Pretty neat. We also get these little cards, and this is kind of how this all works. So this is going to help us make different little lights and patterns. First one we have is a Mario Odyssey one, which is pretty cool. Let's take a look at that. Then we've got the Zelda one, which is pretty cool as well, if I don't say myself. Look at that, that's cool. So you've got the eye from the Zelda Breath of the Wild, and you've got Mario Odyssey, two of the most popular games on the system you can put on your Switch dock. And this is pretty cool. And did I mention that this only costs $20 at GameStop, which is pretty good. We actually picked it up for $10, but yeah, pretty cool. If you can find this, this seems to be a pretty good deal so far. Let's actually try it out though, right? Alrighty guys, so once you actually got the dock on top of this little plastic plate here that's going to give you light, yeah, there's no light right now, right? Yeah, there's no light on right now, but we got to go around back. I'll show you how this works. We're going to press a little button here, and whoa, we got light, and we can actually change those lights. Red, green, purple, or blue, green again. Seems to be random, but there's purple, there's 5 color different variations, which you really can't see too well right here, but I like the way these lights look. Pretty darn cool if you ask me. And again, if you don't want to use this overlay I'm about to show you, you can always just use this. So first things first, grab your overlay card like so and just basically put it in the front. Now there's a bit of a trick to this. You need to make sure the dock is all the way pushed forward to the back of this like so, and then you just slide it in. So if the dock is not pushed all the way, this will not make a proper connection. Just keep that in mind, guys. It's frustrating at first, but once you get it, it's dirt simple, very easy, as you can see. And obviously on the camera, we're getting a little bit of a different light because I've got an external light here. We're going to turn that off for a minute so you guys can get an idea. See how much light is actually produced from it. That's pretty cool. And on the back here, we can turn that light off if we ever don't want it. And then we can also do some other things like change the color. We got purple. We got a different shade of blue, which is actually darker than it looks like on the camera for right now. Got a red, we got a green, got a purple, and back to another shade of green. It just does a random color at all times, but you can see that it's pretty cool. So let's take a look at the Mario Odyssey one. Well, so far with the blue, it looks pretty darn cool. Obviously the blue is a bit darker in person. Let's try a different color. Ooh, purple. I like the lighter blue, that's pretty nice. We've also got this like red, but the red is so weak it's very hard to tell through this blue card, and I don't think it really works well with the Super Mario Odyssey one, to be honest with you guys. Then you've got the green, which again is a bit darker in person. Purple, again slightly darker. Then a lighter shade of green, which looks pretty nice. Got the blue again. Now there's one thing I haven't showed you guys, which is turn on this. You got a burst mode, which actually looks pretty darn cool. Let's turn off the light again so you guys can get an idea. Pretty cool, right? I like that. Let's get a little closer on that look. Whoa, that looks really neat. I like that. So pretty cool right there, right? I think so too. So the Zelda one looks a bit like this. Pretty cool. Honestly, I think it looks better for the Mario Odyssey one, but this isn't too bad. Well, how does this all work? Well, basically it's plugged in with a micro USB, and it goes right into the back of the bottom here of that little plate that we put it on. And then, of course, you've got the 3 button controls. So here's the buttons. You've got a power, color, and mode button. They're very, very difficult to read in person, so I would just get used to where they're positioned, because reading these, you need a magnifying glass. Camera picks it up pretty nice, though. Anyways, there's that cable where you can see how it's plugged in. And there we go. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple stuff right there. So there's 4 different modes, and the first one is basically this fading in and out one, which looks really darn nice if you ask me. They also have this one which kind of transitions color as it fades. Pretty similar, but you can see how it goes from one color to the next quite slowly, but it's got like this fade effect. Don't know if it's being picked up in the camera. Then you've got this slightly slower burst mode. It's a bit overwhelming, but it's not too bad overall. And then you've got the really fast one, which is really annoying, but yeah, it's cool that it has it. So yeah, or you could just have one standard color. If you press the color option again, it'll just stay on standard mode and you don't have to worry about that flickering, in case that irritates you, especially when you're playing. So pretty cool. So yeah, overall, this is a pretty darn good product, I have to admit. I do like it. It does spice up the Switch quite a bit. If you find this at your local Walmart, Target, Best Buy, wherever the heck they carry this GameStop like we bought it, it doesn't make a difference. This is a pretty darn good product, and I really do like it quite a bit. It's an amazing little light up, and if you want to spice up your Switch a bit, because you know the new skins that they're coming out for the Switch dock and all that, they're not that exciting, let's be honest. If you want to spice up the dock for the Nintendo Switch, there's really nothing out there for you. I mean, unless you buy a whole new bundle. Who wants to buy a whole new Switch just to get some new, dock? I mean, that's quite pointless. And honestly, there's only a few on the market that are actually custom anyway. The Pikachu Bundle is actually the first with colour, so with the Let's Go Pikachu, that's the first one with colour. Then I think the Eevee one might have colour too. I'm not totally sure if it's the same dock or not, to be honest with you. But regardless, it's the first one with colour. So this is kind of a nice option. The only other options you do have is the Smash Bundle, which also comes in black and white, which is kind of boring, to be honest with you. Or they have the Diablo one, which is also black and white, and that's quite boring. If you want some colour, this is pretty much the best option on the market right now for dirt cheap. And it's pretty cool, as you guys seen, 2 of the most popular games, and I'm sure all of you guys can at least agree on one of those 2 games, because they're both amazing games, but one is probably more your favourite than the other. And if that's the case, you get both of them. So it's pretty cool. Anyways, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I think this is a great product. I would definitely recommend it. No, I'm not sponsored. This is just my opinion based on a product that we bought for me, that I like. Anyways, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Until next time, this has been Gamer Today.